Just hang on. Let me see where are we live. Let me know if you guys can see us live on Rocket Hub.
Yep, I think.
Yeah, I think we're live. I'm seeing it.
All right, amazing. Okay. Rocketeers, we are back again, hosting great exclusive webinars with our amazing deal partners. This time we have and we are focused on making your customers say wow, right? And to do that, we have Nafi and Jonathan from Step Capture with us today. So, Nafi and Jonathan, thank you so much for taking your time from your busy schedules. And thank you,
Nice.
Jonathan, for canceling 2 meetings and giving your
Yeah, thank
time. I hope you make it to the next meeting pretty quickly. So
you.
we are very happy that you folks are here talking about Step Capture, and thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, no,
Thank you,
thank you.
thank you for inviting. To be honest, really
Yeah, you
excited to
guys.
share our thoughts about the product.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. So, before we start, I would ask you, how did you guys come up with the name? Because I like the name, and I thought before, how is this domain even still available? For as .com.
That was,
So,
yeah.
is there a story to it which we are not aware about?
This is really wild story, I would say.
Yeah.
When I was discussing with Jonathan that should I create this type of tool, I think it was in November last year.
Something
Okay.
like
So
that.
I did create like a very MVP version of the product, and then instantly I thought, what should I name it? It's taking capture, right? It's taking capture and step by step. Let's search it instantly. Why not? Obviously, I use Ask AI, ChatGPT. Give me some names based on the details. Uh, Step capture. I thought, nah, it will not, never going to be available. Search it, found it, showed Jonathan. He was, what? And then
Yeah.
instantly bought it. We don't even have any plans to launch the product, anything.
Yeah.
We're just building the product for ourselves at the very first. Just bought the domain because we know it's a very high level domain. Step capture. We're doing the exact same thing. So
Yeah.
that was interesting.
Yeah,
Oh. Oh.
it was an interesting question because no one asked us this throughout this whole process. No, I don't think any of our team members asked us even this.
Yeah.
And I'm like a serial domain purchaser. Like I think I have like 80 domains or like 90, like between 80 and 90
I
domains.
have
I just own that
fifteen.
I haven't
Yeah.
ever built projects in. And when he sent me that in our messenger, I was like, I don't understand. I like do this. Like I search for domains that are good, like for sometimes hours, and I can't find anything. And him, I think it was the first domain that we checked. So
Yeah.
it was pretty crazy.
That was one. Usually, right now, founders spend like weeks of searching to find a proper name and proper domain. .com is literally not available. Even right now, .ai is not available. Everyone just buy it.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. Great. I think you guys have entered a territory which is already conquered by many people, but you have a unique perspective to it, which was commendable by many people. That you're not focusing on everything. You're
Mhm.
focusing on doing certain things for certain audiences, following the lines of Tango and Scribehow. So which are good products. So we are competing with good
Yeah.
competitors. So yeah, let's. How did you guys begin? I mean, how did you guys begin your careers? Where are you guys from right now? Where the team is? Let the Rocketeers know so they're aware about this.
Yeah, so I'm Nafio Islam from Bangladesh, basically. I started coding in like 2017 or 2016 um, uh, to basically interested in coding and how the programming works. And then I think started working on freelancing at Fiverr 2018 or 19 and spent like 2 years. And 2021, I moved to Upwork. And within 1 week, interestingly, I met Jonathan. And from there, we're just working till now. So basically, it was like he was my client from Upwork, and right now we're kind of partners. And to share about our teams, so most of our team members are from Bangladesh. Only Jonathan is from Canada, basically. So yeah, that's a very small team. We're running 15 members of teammates. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, I
nice,
mean,
nice.
yeah,
So I
just to
think
add to
I
that,
never,
nothing.
never
It's not
thought, never
small.
thought, never thought that any when meeting on Upwork can be this to come this far because it's very rare.
I
Luck
mean,
matters, you know.
yeah,
It's kind of luck.
it's not just that. I think the timing of it is interesting too. Like when
Yeah,
I think it was 2020. You would, I mean, I'm bad
COVID,
with dates, but it makes sense that it was 2021.
first COVID, yeah.
Just for perspective for people, we, I was running an agency, basically a design and development agency, primarily at the time development. I'm a very basic like front end web developer at the time, like, and I sold a small e-commerce business right before and was moving on to like helping friends and family with their websites and e-commerce websites, and then kind of moving on to servicing other clients all around. So that's how I started. And then Nafi, I started hiring people out, and then I needed a contractor to work with. I found Nafi, like you said, on Upwork, and we worked on one project together, and it was like the easiest person I've ever worked with. He understood exactly what was needed. Everything was efficient. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then since then, I mean, not just that, we actually, the main business kind of before Step Capture, we scaled it a lot, like, millions of dollars a year in revenue for the last couple of years, So like, Napi was a, crucial part of that growth. We started obviously branching off into other services as well, but regarding, building a team that can help fulfill operations, development, etc., was a huge thing. We'll get into it a bit later, I'm sure, but part of the struggles we dealt with clients internally in our agency, in our design development agency, and the SEO aspect of the agency has led us to, really work on Step Capture,
The
really
this time
kind of
thing,
refined
yeah.
it. We'll get into more details later, but yeah, like now we're partnered on it's crazy. Like one, internationally, to me, it was the first time I hired overseas also. So, as the first is the best. So
That's amazing. That's a great journey, I think. So yeah, agency and SaaS goes a lot hand in hand. We even have agency, we even have SaaS products. So many times we divert customers from SaaS to agency and then agency to SaaS. That's how we make them jump. Yeah, great. That's a great integration. So tell us about Step Capture. So why did you guys start in the red ocean of tools, and how about you went into this category? What made you go into this category? I mean, was there a problem you guys faced, or you thought there's a gap to fill in this market? What did you guys do?
Yeah, so initially, while I think in last year, October or November, even before that, we were facing lots of client processes. We have to, since we are in web agency, we have to send lots of things to the clients, so how certain things works, how to log into the dashboards, add to post, those type of things to handle at the front end for the clients. So these are things we usually send Loom videos. Sometimes Loom video client don't want to watch, and sometimes we do have to like send the docs, documentations. That's really boring to scroll through and do stuff like that. And then I think I found Tango that was really interested to me to go through, and I think Jonathan also used that when I was discussing about the potential idea we can build it basically. And I think in November, after struggling those issues, I thought, let's why not build it? It's AI time. Let's just spend like couple of hours and build like an MVP to see. Because I'm a developer backend, so I know how things works, and AI was very interesting by the time. So I spent like couple of hours build a very fast MVP that I was sharing a little bit ago. That after I build the MVP, I was discussing the what name should be. Stepcapture.com came through. So this is the first way. Basically, we started the Step Capture. But to share basically why we are not using like Tango or Scribe, because there are some features we thought missing. To share more specifically, uh, share with like password protected. The We work with really big companies, right? we can share some processes that anyone can open. And we usually share a very doc file and share all the processes from there. So anyone can open and there's no security. And Tangos don't do that. Another thing, since we're an agency, we want to show from our domain. So Tango also don't do that. But I do love Tangos. So then I started searching for other tools, and then I found I think Guidegear, Floyd. So all those tools are doing the exact same thing, but at the end, it's like too much. They're trying to do it's so many things like documentation, step-by-step documentations, videos. Some are doing videos, some are doing product demos, walkthrough. We don't need all those things. So I thought, why not just build one specific tool that will just solve one thing, like Tango and Scribble do. But we'll just elevate it. We'll add just our touch it. We'll just add our little bit features that we think will change the user's perspective to see, and that will also add more value to the users, to the agency specifically, the SMBs. So this is why we started the step capture from November until now. We're building. There's a lots of features to ship, obviously, but a couple of things that we really struggle, like domain, password protected, we already shipped it because we face issues with them. So this is how the step capture started. I think Jonathan can also add a little bit more his perspective because he maximum time he manages the clients. I kind of the managing the projects and doing the development kind of thing. Jonathan manages the stuff. You can add to it, Jonathan.
Yeah, no, exactly. You said exactly what I was thinking. So I was gonna say, like, some of it will summarize the points that Nafi made just now, but I like the majority of my work comes from managing either clients directly or managing account managers that deal with clients directly. So Nafi spoke a lot about, obviously we share. I was a relentless like loom recorder. I'd record a 10-second loom. I'd record like probably 50 to 70 looms a day. But in a lot of them cases, right, the looms, if it's super simple, someone would have to click through. It's a bit more tedious to go through that. If it's too short and kind of harder to keep and store for on the client end. So then I researched and kind of asked people around, and that's where I discovered ScribeHow. This is about like 2 years ago. I mean, this is not like very recent. I started using ScribeHow. I actually liked it. That was a new tool for me, kind of this SOP creation tool. So I started using it, used it for a couple of weeks, and then stopped using it. So for whatever reason, so it just didn't. The password protection was a big point for sure, but there were a few other things I think without going to like larger enterprise tiers that didn't make sense for at the time for us to go for to use, and it just felt overwhelming. I just often with tools, the simpler, the cleaner, the easier to use is kind of something that I like to like. I'm using so many tools, we pay so many subscriptions, like as an agency, like oftentimes forget what we're paying for. Tools that are memorable to me are that are simple to use, that from the first or second try, it just, I know I'm going to use it forever. Loom is one of those, for larger videos, but Loom was one of those for me. So that kind of led eventually, when we started talking about step capture, kind of into a big part of that discussion. Then kind of during like the initial phases, like you said, I dove into Tango. Tango felt a bit overwhelming as well, missing some key features that are relatively easy to implement that I think are very, very valuable for all small or big agencies need password protected captures. Again, I know we keep hammering that point, but that's like one feature that we added that we think is worth democratizing at a much lower cost than kind of like enterprise level plans that the competitors offer. Aside from that, Scribe has at the time, they didn't really have many actually dynamic embed or export features, pretty simple embed. And like kind of we wanted to provide something that I know our clients would like to see. So we were able to gather feedback from our clients directly and kind of build features out specifically for our agency clients, which in the agency world, like likely we can say that, their feedback is probably similar to other types of agencies, whether it's design development, whether it's any other type of marketing related agency. The service-based industry online is very similar when it comes to dealing with clients. And then the other aspect is as Nafi knows, I try to templatize processes and structures for even project management. So we use ClickUp for our project management tool, for example. So I try my best to create like an SOP repository and like literally writing, step by steps, adding screenshots. I didn't want to use Scribe for certain reasons, certain limits that we had. I didn't want to upgrade to an enterprise plan for what we needed. So we would write all those points out, and they're good. It works. It's easy to share. That works. But when we started building Step Capture, all of that started being replaced not only in ClickUp with the links and soon embeds of all this, of all these SOPs that we create for internal use, and we have a ton of them, whether it's WordPress project, custom development, custom design. There's such a big variety of projects and clients, even account management, like communication with clients. I'm very strict with kind of what phase of the project, what should be communicated by our account managers to. This is based on what I've over experience learned and kind of how to be most efficient. So all this I like to create SOPs for, and Step Capture, like the way we built it was specifically to aid, in our case, very focused on agency ownership and client management and project management. Obviously, it would be, the use cases are huge. I think this is the largest use case for us right now. But I think in building that way, we were very, very efficient in the features we prioritized.
Yeah.
Got it. Great, great. I think you laid out a very good use case. So tell me something before we dive deep into the product. Out of all the Step Capture users, how many of them are using it for which use case? What's the highest or what's the biggest use case that people are using it for right now? Is it to onboard SaaS customers? Is it to train their employees? Is it to kind of send them like the Zoom videos, but in a guided format? Or what do you think? What are you seeing? What is the activity inside the app right now?
Nafi, you want me to answer that? I can answer that.
Yeah, you can go.
So it's very interesting because obviously we launched recently, so we don't have, I'd say, very conclusive data. But from what we're seeing now, is that in the beginning, early on, a lot of it was used for client communication, but that's turned over the last couple of weeks to really mostly internal SOPs. So not really onboarding SaaS, not really client or customer focused as capture creation. Right now it has been internal procedures mostly filmed or captured, excuse me. And but I suspect, I don't know, Karan, maybe you have something inside that, but I suspect as we gather more users, that's probably going to shift as kind of we more people start to use it. Because personally, I like to use it for client, when clients send an email hey, we're really confused about how to do this, just creating a capture, sending to them, we've gotten great feedback from that. So we definitely need to kind of express that point, I think, and sell that to the people using Step Capture, and explain to them, use it for, even family, maybe someone in your family needs to know to log in somewhere or whatever and create an account. It's great. It's so easy. It takes a few seconds and it's easy.
Yeah,
we're
makes
open
sense
to
because
feedback.
I would
We're open for
expect.
feedback.
Yeah, I would say if any, I would say agencies would use it a lot because they have clients and different niche, and they would use it for them. And if that's the use case, that's the biggest audience you can grab because then you're getting access to a lot of agencies creating workspaces around these
Yeah.
clients. So you will see
Correct.
different type of niche occurring inside Step Capture. Say, okay, this is business A. This is what they do. So that becomes okay. In the future, you can then break it down. Okay, this is the type of business which can also run on Step Capture, right? So that's great. That agency should use it more because they will have a plethora of customers. So yeah, great stuff. All right, let's go to the meat. Let Nafi or John show us the product, and Nafi, once you're feel free to share the screen, and any other thing you would have to share, feel free to, it's your stage now.
Cool.
Yeah, I think
I'll,
the demo, the Jonathan will go through because
yes.
Yes.
Let me-
have everything prepared. So
Let me set this up 1 second, guys. Want to make sure I get the right window. Do you see this, right?
Yep. See it.
All right, sweet. So I'm actually going to go through a full, because I wanted to showcase how easy it is to get started and start capturing and onboard. So we're going to go through a full onboarding as if, we were a Rocket Hub LTD purchaser. So
Perfect. Yep.
I'm going to do just a test account, use one of our work emails, set up a password, save that password just in case. sign up. So it's gonna ask for an email Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, user different.
I guess I did that during my audition before the call. So there's an email verification that comes in, very easy. Let me just verify that, and it's going to open up directly in a new tab and allow you to kind of start onboarding. So just a quick few questions that help us in organizing kind of further down how we tailor certain settings and features for users. But I'm just going to go through this quickly. So you can name your workspace, you can upload an icon if you want to style your first workspace. And as I go through this, by the way, the workspace, Karan, thanks for bringing that up. We were very generous on how we want to plan our workspaces because it's similar to that password protection where some of our clients literally require white labeling for
Yeah.
them specifically, and they don't necessarily want to utilize and set certain things up themselves. So that was a big feature. So once we get here and we're actually onboarding, it prompts you to install the extension. Obviously, it's very easy. I'm wondering if because I pressed that, I need to
Yeah,
reset.
just reload it. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
So you would press, in theory, instead of what I just did, you would press already downloaded. Then you can go and start your first capture. That's going to bring you to a more interactive onboarding. So you can press on start capture. The sidebar, the extension sidebar comes out. And you see right away, you see a few things. You see the actual logging of what happened. So we're on this first capture page. Then the next thing you see is a few settings, obviously pause, blur, delete, and complete capture. So I'm gonna just click on next as instructed here, basically. And as you click, you see a screenshot gets taken, the selected element that we clicked on gets highlighted. And if you look as I hover, I'll go into more detail about how these things, the actual click elements work right after this. But right now it's on, it actually highlights dynamically the elements. So then we can continue. So, you know, you can click through, it's gonna save, and you can actually edit synchronously as you're recording the capture. You can actually delete certain steps. Then you would click on next, and then here, this is a good time to discuss the blur features a little bit. So if we look at the blur, we do have an advanced blur system. We have, you can blur by certain elements, email addresses, numbers, amount, long text, form fields, table rows, images, and select. We do have like custom area selection that's coming soon, but we really put a lot of thought and emphasis in how the actual blur system works. This is very important for us. Again, similar concept where we wanted to make it affordable to be able to hide sensitive information. Usually that's an enterprise gatekeep feature, or at least the dynamic versions of it are enterprise gatekeep.
Yeah.
So just to show you how that works, here we really have images. We don't really have emails on this page, but if you click on images, it would hide the image.
That
This
was
is a
video.
GIF. This is a video essentially, so it's not covering it.
I
But
use custom select to hide it, so that
yes,
will show a little
exactly.
bit better.
Boom, exactly. So then you can custom select certain custom elements. You can auto blur multiple elements, and it's fairly easy to do. So I'm gonna go back here, click on next, and that's it. Those are like the gist of like the base features. So I'm gonna complete the capture, show you how it gets stored, and kind of navigate a little bit through some more features. My internet has been very bad, as they know, so sorry for the slowness. I hope the video is good. But as it saves,
Yeah.
you see,
Finger crossed.
as it saves, you see automatically there was a title that was generated based on the AI that we utilized and modeled. It basically takes into context the steps that were recorded, the pages it was on, and kind of everything else regarding the actual capture. It's pretty accurate, actually. It's actually this is maybe a bit biased, but I also got gotten feedback from some of our initial users where this is actually better for some reason than I believe
Tango,
it's
Scribble.
Tango. Was it Scribble? I forget which.
Yeah,
one we
it's
saw that
both.
good.
They're both doing it, and it's much better, far better than
Yeah,
Tango and Scribble.
it's surprisingly accurate. Better than I think with the data that we had to use. Like I'm surprised how accurate it was from the get go. So as you see here, navigate
there's
the
one
step capture,
concerns users might ask that I just want to clarify instantly. We are not feeding any users data to AI, so that everything that is generated is just temporary. The click that you're pressing is just getting to the AI and just generating those steps. So it's nothing. There is nothing that we're sharing with AI for training purposes or any other things. It's just for you to generate the capture. So we are very sensitive about sharing anything to the AI or using the shared user data to anywhere. So yeah.
Very important for us, including like I'm not gonna go into detail, but like how we plan on our hosting, our CDN, etc. So how we store the
Yeah.
image assets. But just to continue here, so you have this automatically generated capture. You can essentially edit it. You can add a table of contents, which we call a content menu, that will be fixed there, which will take from the actual text and titles that are set in each step. You can manually edit, of course, the title. If you're not happy with AI generation, you can regenerate. You can manually change the description of the capture, and then you can go into each step and actually edit, right, the text that gets generated and the imagery that gets generated in each step. You have like a simple WYSIWYG editor to do that, so you can kind of be as descriptive, as simple as you'd like to be. But what's really, really interesting in terms of an editing step, which I use often, is let's say you created a standard operating procedure and then things change. Something changes in 6 months. The SOP that we created for a client, the tool that we was based on, that we captured, changed. The UI changed. Something's different. We need to add an extra step. You can either do that manually, which is like pretty obvious that we would have that option. But what's really nice is we can capture new steps and then implement it within wherever we select that. So this is something I've used often. I know some of our larger users used often. But if we capture new steps, it automatically allows you to select one of your open tabs that exists on your browser that you're using this on. And then if you click on that, it will then reopen the extension sidebar and automatically start capturing. And then once you're done there, you can click complete capture and it will feed those steps into the actual slot that you want to edit in. So this is super awesome. Nafi, if I do this now, will I be able to go back to this capture and edit, or should I save first?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay.
No worries, you can continue.
I'm saving. I'm saving just in case. I don't know about you guys. I'm a Command S person. Like every 10 seconds, Command S.
Yeah.
But let's see. I don't want to open something sensitive. First, let's go back to this page. So if we go back, you see it just goes straight back to the page. You can record whatever you need. I don't know. Let's blur out the title, and then keep capturing whatever. Right. Go in, complete capture is going to regenerate the capture with those steps fed in down here. So it's quite efficient. It's quite good. It helps a lot when you need to edit those captures. And then we have some great sharing features directly out of the box. So I know we're going into details of things, but you can see how quickly it's possible to actually, capture something and get it out to a client if it's something simple. Whereas a Loom video, you're recording a 10-second video, you might mess up something, you might want to edit 1 second out, or whatever. This has been way more efficient. You can share it directly, which will come. Oh, you guys don't see my incognito window, but 1 second. It would come like this, essentially, with no editing. It's just the simple step capture page, obviously responsibly set. And then you can also protect with a password. So you can enable a password, set a password, save it. And then when you share it, the user, anyone who tries to access it will need that password to view it. So yeah, our embed tools, I think, Nafi, are coming very soon, right? I think in a week or so.
Yeah, and you can say in next 1 or 2 weeks maximum, we are shipping the embed and export features very soon.
Yeah, and just to give more detail to that, the export or the embed feature specifically is going to be unique. It's not just going to be a simple page embed. We are working on a more interactive way to share without having kind of reduced scrollability of users. As you'll notice with our tool, like the UI of our tool, we put a lot of emphasis. We have we have Mehdi on our team and Ronnie and a few other wonderful UI UX designers.
Yeah, there's a great designers from Bangladesh, by the way.
A lot of thought. Yeah, wonderful designers, really top-notch designers that our clients are extremely happy to work with. So they put a lot of thought.
Yeah.
Now I want to jump into, obviously there's some duplicate delete features, obviously, but just to go to like the dashboard, the actual step capture dashboard, where you signed up, where your things are stored, etc. It's gonna be here. So right now, this is a new account as I onboarded on this live stream. But essentially, you'll have kind of your general captures laid out here. You can quickly copy them to share them from here. Obviously, you have some basic settings and options to go there. But then you have a library. You have your library and you have a team library. So if you have multiple team members in your workspace, you can share kind of captures to them through the team library. My library is pretty straightforward. It's more of a way for you to organize your captures before, if you want to put them in other areas, or if you want to, like me, I like to organize very deeply in like clients, maybe even client specific folders, maybe it's internal SOPs, however you want to structure those folders. It's super easy to do, right? You can create a new folder, test folder, let's say, and then you can easily move this to the folder. And it's just a really easy way for you to organize captures before you potentially share. You have the same exact features in the team library. You can create folders that are going to be shared with the team. You create captures that are going to be shared with the team. So super,
Yeah,
super
it's
easy
more
to
into
use.
collaborative way. Yeah, all the team members on the workspace, everyone will have the same captures.
Exactly. And then just to go into a bit more details here, which I think kind of like what's most important. Obviously, you have your basic account settings. Yes, you have your basic account settings. Your actual personal account, I guess, imagery or icon. But what's more interesting is if we go to the workspace settings. Obviously, you have a title, you have a workspace image. That's pretty clear. But then the branding. So the branding, I think we did a really good job with the available options. You can obviously upload your logo. You can upload a favicon. You can apply a specific brand color that you need, which will apply to all the captures that you're sharing for this workspace. You can add a white label domain, and you can turn off the actual branding that's at the footer. Depending on the plan that you're on, you can turn off the branding that's at the footer, and then kind of have access to all these features. But I think it might be a good idea if I maybe quickly log in to another account. Can I log into another account, Karan? Do we have time to show this off a bit better?
Yeah, go ahead. It's your time. Take it up. No worries.
Sweet. Thank you. Let me go into like one that I use more often. SOPs. I think it was SOPs. Services. It might be SOPs. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
just
so
to
this is
add,
good.
it's automatically verified. Yeah, just to add, if you add the custom domain for the first time, it'll ask you to add TXT record to your domain so that we can verify your domain. And as soon as you verified it, just click verify. There will be a button called verify, as you can see on the right side. It's called verify. So just show it. Maybe a different domain, just show it, and then maybe you can remove it and add another one.
Just to show you, it's a very easy process. I mean, to add the white label domain. So it's just a CNAME with the host and the CNAME value. Super simple. You just need to point to one record. Once you're done, you come back, save, click verify.
Just verify.
And, it's if it's verified, it's verified. Let me re-add it now. The original one. Sorry. See. So Karan, you see regarding domain name, like. Our agency one is horrible. So it's like I tried to acquire Mint Media. I put offers in of $4,000, $5,000 my cap, and I can't get it. So let me now upload some of our agency branding. Sure about that.
Yeah, while Jonathan doing it, there's a questions I can see on the chat. It's someone is asking about, is it like similar to Fable or Floyd? Yeah, technically, yeah, but I'll be biased. It's much better than them. If you don't trust me, just try their account, free account. If you don't have any pay, just try their free account. Test our free account, and then get back to us. I believe you'll love it for sure.
Right.
Now, 1 second, guys. I think I saved the domain.
And I think again, those products they do a lot of things for a lot of people. I think StepCapture is focused. That's what they have decided. Focus on few areas which mean a lot to some businesses. Then spread the legs a lot further. And it's spread the legs. It's metaphorically speaking, not legit. So don't take it legit. Don't take it. What's that word? Oh yeah, forget it. But yeah, they are trying to do some things, but very well, which no one has done it in the category. So yeah, go ahead and let's see
Yeah.
what's happening here.
Yeah, thanks, guys. So yeah, I mean, I set this up all live. I kind of removed everything before because I wanted to showcase the process.
Yep,
But
yep.
essentially here,
Now we see it. Now we see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you have the white label logo. Obviously, you have the white label domain of the capture that's being shared on it. This gets changed, capture,
Yeah,
workspace wide. You have
yeah,
the
yeah.
colors, like the link colors, the branding colors, etc. And
It's from
yeah,
your
I
actual
mean,
account.
yes, it's legitimately, this is a real capture that we use. So um, done. Yeah, it's pretty easy. We, like I said, I know our UI UX, we put a lot of thought, and we're continuously iterating. Also, like this is we're very
Hmm.
excited about this product, and we really are excited to continuously iterate based on feedback that comes in, based on questions that come in. Um, and build not only the actual tool and the features, but also how to manage the features and the tools as well. That's a huge passion for us. We work with so many clients on so many different projects. I mean, Nafi can talk to that. And I think it gives us a really wide experience on that end as well in terms of actual user experience, user interface. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm done talking. I need like a pause. But Karan, is there anything else that you think we should jump into here that you wanted
Yeah,
to?
I think we should jump in on the other areas of the product, which is, how is the library set up, the settings, how people can kind of differentiate the workspaces, and if you can talk about some use cases, which and showcase some examples, live examples as well, 3 or 4 guides which have been done, like ready to go. And
Yes.
yeah, that will help people understand how their workflow for themselves. And apart from that, we'll talk about the roadmap, and if Nafi has to add anything to the roadmap and what's
Mhm.
coming next and when. And we surely have a few questions from people, which are some burning questions, which once addressed will give them so much relief. So yeah, let's get that running.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think
Great.
Jonathan just shared the workspace create, since I think you already registered as a tier 3 Rocket Hub. So I think start with
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
then
Let
just
me.
quickly just create a couple of folders to just show how basically we want to structure everything. So usually the way we think, so every single projects we do with the clients, how we are managing it especially.
Yep.
So any projects we do with the clients, we're just foldering it. Currently, we don't have a feature that we really are working on it that will ship, and that's specifically for the clients. That is called guest role, because it's really important to invite the clients to just access those specific folder captures, because we work a lot of clients, right? We work with a lot of clients, so we want to share only set of captures with a set of specific client. So that's how what we're also building in the features. Yeah, Jonathan, you can go. Then I can share.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't go into because I realized that when I changed the email Nafi, when I was creating
Mhm.
the LTD account earlier in the live stream, I realized I didn't save the password, so I'm not gonna go through that right now. I'll just go through our one of our actual accounts. So creating a workspace is
Yeah,
very
that's fine.
easy. You saw it was like 2 clicks. You put a title, you put a name, you could change the icon for the workspace, and it's created. So um, in this, Nafi, you might want to share because you'd have the full access. I just realized
Oh yeah, I
in the
think that'll
plan
go.
that's here.
Yeah.
I think Nafi
Yep.
will share Crown will be easier, but essentially you get access to the same features just isolated to the workspace. Everything I went over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Go ahead.
Just give me a second.
I'm just trying to,
Sorry for lots of tabs. I'm just guy which loves
Man,
to have
that
open a lot of tabs.
this is beginner, man. You're this is beginner level tabs, man. Unless and
Yeah.
until you have like these many tabs open,
Mhm.
that like you cannot even
Yeah.
identify where you have to go. That's like the level where you need to reach to.
That's basic for us, to be honest. For any
Yeah.
agency who are running agency, it's very basic. I think Jonathan also have. He just opened a new profile, I
I
guess.
cleaned up before the
So
webinar. I cleaned everything.
yeah, I didn't prepare, so I'm just sharing. So yeah. Just to share, so basically, to create a Altity, basically, if you're registered as Altity, you can just create new workspace, and you can just there's a check mark. Let me log in as Altity users. I'll just hide the screen for a sec. Mm.
Sorry, guys. We have so many different accounts. We like getting lost in our testing a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Suffering from success.
We had the best success.
Not yet.
No, we really have
Okay.
yeah. I'll let you go.
Yeah.
So we have, I
So
mean,
if
before
you're
we begin, just a side detour. We have
Mhm.
Joe with us. He's one
Oh.
of the best friends of Rocket Hub. And
Mhm.
Joe, welcome. Next week, you're going to meet Joe, me, and all of you together for doing this on their community. So
Mm.
the Routex
Really
YouTube channel
exciting.
has around 20,000 subscribers, I think, till now.
That's
So
great.
Mm.
That's
we would
great.
be over there in front of the Routex audience. One of the best people are
Mhm.
eggheads, as they say. And Joe is based in Long Island, New York.
Mhm.
So that's where he is right now. So yeah, amazing guy. Thanks, Joe. And he's from Croatia. His family is from Croatia, so he's a Croatian guy. So you would
Mm.
you have to meet him as well. Amazing.
Yeah,
So he's
definitely
supporting
excited.
us a lot. He's supporting us a lot. So that's why he's here. And next week we'll have a lot more people and when we go live with him. So yeah, we're just getting started. So just wanted to
Oh,
introduce you guys to him.
amazing!
Really excited.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for all the help for Rocket Hub, and thank you for being on this call. And we look forward to the next webinar with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You'll get that. All right.
Uh, anyway,
We'll
so
pay
just to
you. We'll
share,
pay you.
yeah. So yeah, just to share, basically, if you're registered as a Rocket Hub users, as you can see on this account, I registered as a Rocket Hub account. It's a tier 3, so I can instantly create an Altity account. So just create it, give it a name, for example, like 2, and then create, and it will create another workspace. So why workspace is just to differentiate. If you have multiple clients want to access their domain to get the captures, you can just create the workspace for them and then go to settings and connects. This is where I think Karan was asking maybe if we have another clients, and for example, maybe let's call it client 2.
Or
Yeah.
departments, right? It could be internal departments you want to spread out
Oh.
between workspaces.
Yeah, it's also if you have multiple departments, for example, design, development, marketing. So if you want to separate as well, so that's also use cases we see. And from branding, you can, as always, just upload your branding specifically for if it's a clients, just upload the client branding, set it up for them, and add the domain and remove the branding if you really want. And then members. So this is what I was talking about. So if you have multiple members, so currently on each workspaces, since we do support the agencies a lot, so we are just giving the highest limit, I would say. So each workspaces, you can create up to 30 based on the tier 3 package. So you can create up to 30 workspaces. You can just invite your members. And just a note, they have to have an account to join it. Whether it's a free or there's already, just create an account and then you can just quickly invite them and then just click the one click, they will join to this workspace. So you can invite as an admin, as a creator. Admin will have the access to invite more users because it's sometimes requires, because if you the founder and create the workspaces, you might don't have that much of time to invite lots of other team members if you have 20, 30 team members, right? So you can add multiple admins. And from creators can only able to create captures. Basically, they can't able to do anything else. They can able to see the members as well. It's like the Drive system, the Google Drive system, how the Google Drive members role system works. It's exactly something like that. And then we don't want to complicate it for the users too much. So we just keep things very simple so that they can just set it up, connect the domains, branding, done. Your settings part totally done. And after that, basically, now you'll organize, obviously. You'll create lots of folders, lots of captures from there. So to give you a more realistic how we're creating captures and some demos, you can visit directly stepcapture.com basically. And then from there, we already have lots of use cases that we created for you guys to see it, how the step capture works and how we intended to use it, or maybe you can use it. So we created a couple of demos. You can just click see more, see example. It will just open the captures from step capture account. And you can see how we are using. You can see all our team members as well from there. It's just the real use cases that we were using. Just put it there. It's not that much of personal details over here, so it's totally fine. So here, there's a couple of more that how we onboard certain software as well. This one was Elementor. I guess almost everyone knows who uses like website on running agency. Elementor is cool thing. So we just shared how Elementor's certain parts works, and same thing. The documentation, some other parts as well, some other software. So if anyone want, you can just go to stepcapture.com/use cases. You can find it over here, basically. Now to talk about the roadmaps, you can also go to the stepcapture.com/roadmap or from the footer roadmap. We do have a lot of things planned and lots of things are already done and we're testing it. A couple of things we are developing it currently. So couple of them I can share right now is
Yeah, let's go for it.
yeah, embed. There is one key features that's really important for the users. They want to embed, create the captures. Maybe they want to create a Notion guide. They want to just embed quickly. Notion will show the captures. You don't have to open it on the browser. So lots of users want that. So we're working on it. So there is a high chance we'll ship it in 1 or 2 weeks. And this one is just, it'll show the captures on your sidebar, basically. So over here, it will just show if I have any captures created for this site, whether it's me or my team members. For example, a couple of team members created some captures for step capture, that how certain things works. They can just create it and all those captures will be shown over here. And to see the demo, you can just go over here and we're just showing it and from the development, and you see. So if you just create it in captures, all the captures will show over here basically. And same thing for the embedded as well. We do have some screenshots added from the development. And same, one of the big features that we were working with is one is Skin and one is Guide. Basically, these two is totally connected. If anyone uses Scrivehow and Tango, these are the two big feature that make Scrivehow and Tango right now, what they are right now. So we're also working on it. It's going to be really interesting, and we'll ship this probably in 1.5 months. We're building it because it's a little bit different compared to just creating the capture part. So we're working on that as well. While Jonathan was sharing, there is one part you may already saw that you can't able to share specific capture to a specific user only. They might have the different account, they're not on your workspace at all. So we're also working on that as well. So just share, they will get the share with me access. The last one thing I would say that we're shipping in next 1.5 month, that is the custom area blur. It's interesting just because this one, no one is doing it currently. It's basically how we started the capture, and then Jonathan shows that the custom area is just coming soon. It'll allow you to blur the certain part. For example, I just want to blur this 20% of the left side of the screen, and it will follow the next, like all the pages I go through. There's a node tool currently does it. We're probably the first one. I'm not sure after hearing it, someone might copy it. You're welcome. So, we are also shipping this very soon. Basically, it's a little bit different compared. It's like when you record Loom video, you just hide the certain area that just blur it. Okay, it's exactly like that. So we're also building this part. So yeah, that's on our roadmap currently. If you want more details and how we're planning and what's coming next and everything, and if you have any ideas, you can just push it over here as well. You're welcome. You can also push the ideas from the changelog.stepcapture.com. This link will be shared basically from the feedback. Oh, sorry, I'm logged in. That's a UI is different. from the feedback, you guys can able to start sharing feedbacks, and also this is from um, sorry,
The tabs.
there's lots of things. I'm just manually typing. That's fine. Yeah. From here, you can see always what's new is coming, what's new for you guys, and also the feedback that I was talking about. So you can share the feedback directly from over here. So that's also there. So yeah, that's it. If you now, if you have any,
Sorry, before we go into the next step, I did
Mhm.
realize I totally forgot to showcase an aspect of
Mhm.
the actual extension sidebar. So if you can not be open like a step capture, like just start a capture via the extension, show them the settings for the customization with like the different quick
Oh
elements.
yeah, that's
I
interesting.
totally forgot. Next webinar, Joe, we're gonna get it right.
Yeah, we'll be more prepared.
The
So this is
order,
our
the
first
order, the
time.
order. We know what I know. What I missed. I knew I was gonna miss something. I know what
Yeah.
I missed this time. You know. So, but
Yeah.
anyway, sorry. Go
So
ahead,
I think
Matthew.
Jonathan, yes, yeah, Jonathan is talking about this. Yeah, that's a really cool thing we really missed. So all the workspaces that you have all will shown over here, and based on that, you can start capture. And this is one thing we do have that we like. Say we like the Tango and Scribe both, and they're running two ways. The click indicator. One is click style. One is element style. Element style is I think from Tango, and click style is from Scribe. I thought, why not add it? Why just choose one? Based on the user perspective, they can choose it. So we just added both. So you can just quickly choose. And since probably lots of users will be registered as a tier 3, so you guys can able to, for those click indicators where it just shows clicks and everything, you guys can able to choose some pre-selected colors or add your own colors as well. Sorry, I'm just sharing screen. Over here. So all those colors, and you can select that color as well. We also added the click indicator size as well. So the click, this one you see, so it just increases when you capture it. So yeah, I think that Jonathan, this part is really missed. So next maybe we'll be more prepared.
Next webinar, it has to be during the
Yeah.
demo. I know.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Karan, we can move forward with the next sessions.
Yep. Thanks, guys, for showcasing what's coming next. And let's now take some questions which people had. So tell people something. Can they add arrows and annotations and screenshots, stuff like that? Because many of them would think that, okay, if they're creating guides and if they have to, let's say, point people to somewhere, right? Okay,
Mhm.
will they be able to do that in the future?
So I think this question was also asked on the Facebook as well, so I did answer it. So I'll just answer the same way over here as well. So step capture is not another like product demo tool. So the way we basically see the annotations, click here and demo kind of thing is more into like product demo showcase. And we are not building step capture for the product demo. We don't have that vision right now. So it's just creating step capture for just one simple solution, that is share your workflow or share your processes with your teams or with your clients. Simple and faster way. We are not doing the product demos and embed on your product and that will guide the users. So not like that. It's just capture it, share it, they will see it and they will follow it. So you're just creating a simple thing.
Got it. But what if they have to do that? I mean, I'm just going from the aspect that,
Mhm.
um, okay, what if they have a client who doesn't understand things, right? Many of them have it, like even you guys must
Mhm.
have, right? They won't get it, even if you give them every detailed, in-depth, screenshot, stuff like that. What if just they can add an arrow to just point out, I mean, of course they can do it from their own desktop, like by
Yeah.
using Mac, they have their own things, but here they're looking for convenience, right? So if
I
you get
can.
more people to like demand that, what do we do in that case?
So yeah, I can add a point to that. So I know Nafi mentioned like we are working on editing the flexibility of how people can post edit the actual capture
Mhm.
that's taken with the quick
Yeah.
indicator, that will open up doors to annotating other graphics if needed, right? So if this becomes a really sought after feature and it becomes a use case that's needed, we'll build it. Like we're like I said earlier in the call, like we're very excited with this tool, with this product. It's very different from our, our more client focused businesses. And if the feedback comes in where, we feel as though a few people really want it, I think that the way we're building and kind of adjusting shortly the actual current post capture image editing will open up the door to do that if we need to.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Makes sense. Many of them were like um, comparing it to Commodore-Dex. What do you think about that? Because I think Commodore-Dex is also focused on what you guys um, have been doing operating in, because even they do this. So can you get them know, because or create a comparison of them? Because I mean
Yeah,
that came up a lot of times in the comments as well.
yeah. I also saw it. So initially, I didn't know that Counter Tags do the captures part as well. When I initially purchased, by the way, I also purchased it from AppSumo Ltd. So when I purchased it, so it was way too laggy and stuff. So I didn't use it, and yeah, I didn't refund it as well. So it's just on my entity list. So yeah, but still now after I testing, I think last night tested it again. So till now they're doing. Remember I told you, so it's we don't want to do a lot of things together. We just want to solve one specific thing first, and then if we're succeeded it, maybe we'll add more stuff later down the line. But the Commodore decks, they're just doing a lot of things, s- small things, but it's not perfect anything. So it's like video, it's not that perfect, not like Loan, I would say. The step guides part, it's not even like close to like Floyd. I think the Floyd was the last tool similar to us, also launched on Rocket Hub. So it's not even close
Yeah,
to Floyd as well. So Comodex is, I would say they're trying to do a lot of things together. So it just focused on one thing. We're not doing the
yeah,
videos part. We're not currently planned doing the product demo part right now. But we do have plans after we've shaped the key features of what we have planned, what our overall vision is. Maybe once we succeed, then we can start taking those other ideas, maybe shape those things as well. So yeah, that's what I think, to be honest, about Commodore X.
got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe's message.
yeah, I was just gonna answer that. So yes, that was a big aspect of how we operate now, and why we're very excited about this lifetime deal is not only obviously getting feedback from users that start to use the product, but we've gotten before we launched, we put a lot of users, a lot of clients, a lot of agency partnerships that we have. We have a couple agency partnerships that have 90 plus team members. Not all of them use the tool, but we've tested with a lot of them and gotten a lot of feedback from there. In addition to that, we do look at competitors quite deeply. I think Nafi summarized really well, kind of what we're
Yeah.
trying to be. We hate tools that are like ClickUp. We use ClickUp, which is hilariously, ironically, the best example of like a tool trying to do a lot. And I like Asana better for certain things, but we use ClickUp for just, we've been using it. It's kind of hard to migrate away from right now. But we really want to focus on one thing. The way we do that is we look at the features that we're planning to offer for the main use case of, again, you don't want to record a Loom video. You really need something visual that you can share. And you want to do it very, very quickly as if you're navigating a simple site. That simple use case we want to perfect, and we want to give the most amount of options to share for essentially all plan types, right? Whether it's white labeling options, whether it's password protection, whether it's unique editing tools that we have. And we do this by looking at competitor features, seeing how we can improve upon them, and then coupling that with feedback that comes in. So yeah, the competitor, looking at competitors has been a huge aspect of that.
Yeah.
Oh, Nafi, you had another question, Joe, regarding issues with other tools, not working with Chrome extension conflicts. I think you can say more to that when it comes to the technical aspect of what we're trying to do to mitigate those
Oh,
issues.
yeah. So while building the step capture, I also thought, not why just only the Chrome. not all the other browsers as well. So based on the browser restrictions, they do restrict you to do these type of things. This is why the Tango and Scribe, the big giants on this space, they are also not doing it. Okay, so first we did started with Chrome, but we do have plans to do the desktop apps, basically that will allow in the future users to capture from your desktop apps as well. So we do have plans, but currently we do really focused on the pin captures and they because those are the more key features rather than doing the desktop currently. So we're just currently focused on that. Then after that, probably in Q2 or Q3 will be started working on the desktop app, and hopefully end of the year we'll definitely ship the desktop app as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think just to add to that, Karan, sorry, I think like the desktop app for sure will obviously like it's gonna be a big help. Loom and another, just to name them again, they should pay us for all this advertising. But Loom, their desktop app resolves a lot of the Chrome issues I've
Yeah.
had when I was using the Chrome extension. So that was like one of the goals of the desktop app and why we want to kind of push the launch of this year. It's a bit of a bigger project, but I think we can do it. Pretty confident about that. But
Yeah,
for
Joe's saying that Geiger have desktop app. Yeah, Geiger. I didn't test Geiger desktop app yet. But I did try Tangles and
Yeah, it's
Scrivel.
not
Scrivel
not that good.
sometimes fails.
yes,
No idea
yes.
why. But Tangles, it's okay. I would say not like Loom, but it's okay for me. Maybe we'll
Hardly
do much better
anyone
than them.
does. Hardly anyone
Yeah.
does good desktop apps. They will build good web apps, but they wouldn't focus a lot on desktop apps because they think desktop apps don't deserve, according to them, a lot of good UI attention. They think, okay, people are used to using bad desktop apps that work, like
Mhm.
WinRAR and all of those things, which people still think it's an oath and they don't focus on that. But believe me, desktop apps matter a lot these days.
Yeah, we do
Exactly,
understand that.
and you know, I actually feel the trend is going the other way. I feel like more and more people are using desktops, and the example is I see more usage of the what was it, PWA? Sorry if I'm butchering that, but it's like
It's called
what,
Two App. I think it's. Let me
Oh,
search. Yeah.
yeah, you basically you're able to replicate your web app into
So,
a
yeah.
relatively
oh,
quick
Yeah.
migration to a native desktop app. For example, Grok on X, like they don't have a native desktop
Yeah.
app.
It's
Either way,
progressive web app. Yeah.
progressive web
mm,
apps. So progressive web apps like Grok, for example, I'm using more and more of those, and to me that just seems like it's a method of basically creating a desktop app relatively easily and quickly before you actually develop a full-fledged desktop app. It's relatively easy to. It's not easy actually. There are quite some steps when I looked into it, but like it's relatively easy to migrate and create a PWA. I see more and
yeah.
more of those, and I'd assume like these companies wouldn't spend the time on that if there wasn't a use case for it. So I actually agree with you, Karan. I think desktop apps deserve more love, and refined desktop apps for operators like me make a huge difference. And like we really do appreciate like when a desktop app works reliably. So that's why we want. That's another reason. That was kind of the main reason actually why we wanted to emphasize
Yeah, we
working on
also
that
don't
front
want to
as well.
rush it, to be honest. Desktop it's a big thing, and that needs to be work on desktop and Mac both. So
Great. A question from Mehdi Has. I assume it's Mehdi Hassan. If I wanna
yep.
download images, then what I need to do?
We already have in development, and that will ship probably next week. We have a feature that just tracks your captures. Basically, if you have multiple steps, you can download each step's images by opening the Lightbox. Currently, we didn't ship the Lightbox features yet. That will come next week. I didn't share, sorry. Uh, on the Lightbox, you can just download the each capture image. And also, there is a one thing we're also shipping in coming 2 or 3 weeks. That is, you can check multiple captures and just quickly make it a GIF. For example, you have like 50 or 60 steps of capture, and middle of there you just want to share some things on your social media, maybe, or maybe you share with your team. 2 3 step, just select it, copy it, it will copy as a GIF, or you can just download a GIF and then share. So it'll be just looping through. It's interesting. We are doing probably we're the first one doing this part, interestingly. So this is how basically we're changing the games a little bit, introducing a little bit new things so that users can use more different way. It's not for the I would say the end users. It's just who's creating the captures. They can be able to download this way, share it on social media and stuff. But yeah, to answer that, yeah, we do have image download options in the futures that will be shipped.
Awesome. Thanks, Mary, for asking the question. Let's see, we have something else. What are the cross changes? Yep, some people ask about is it only available as a Chrome extension if I'm using multiple Chrome profiles? Do I need to install it
Mhm.
separate on each one? Yeah, I mean, when you guys release the app, it will be for both Mac and Windows, right? And Linux. I don't know who
Yeah,
uses it, but I just think about it.
no, there's a lot of people, especially the developers. They have
Yeah,
extra for developing maybe .NET
they're
apps
like
because
stuck. They're like
that
stuck
doesn't
in
support.
2000s yet.
Yeah. So yeah, to answer
Linux
that,
is a good operating system. Don't hate on
It
Linux.
is
There's a
good,
lot of like
amazing.
game modding and stuff like
I
that
love
you can
it.
do in Linux.
Yeah, I've never used it, but I find it very cool. But yeah, I mean, Mac people, they cannot use this at all.
Yeah.
You know, they hardly
Joey
figure
said,
out Mac. After that, you go to Windows. Windows is a crack. You
bro,
cannot
the
understand
hotkeys, the Mac hotkeys is really important.
Windows. He said,
We
forget
learned
about
together.
Windows.
Yeah.
What about
Hey,
Windows?
just to answer the questions, if you have multiple desktop profiles, I assume if you're an agency, you will definitely have, like Jonathan have, I think 5 or 6 desktop profiles. So you can use the same account on all the profiles. We are not restricting users
Mhm.
based on the device login, the profile login. So you can use the same account multiple places. And if you purchase like tier 2 or tier 3, each workspace you can log into the um, each profile you can log into the each workspace that will be staying over there, so you don't have to switch between workspaces again and again, so it's a little bit better.
Yeah, you do need to install like the Chrome extension in it. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
on
just
which
the nature of
sorry,
Chrome
yeah, to
extension.
answer that.
But
Yeah,
once you install it, like you use the same account, just log in on each
yeah,
Chrome profile, and that's it.
yeah,
And all your settings and everything will be moved on obviously.
yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Let's see. Okay, Mehdi has a question. Let's
Okay,
see if you guys
I'm using
can
a free
figure it
versions.
out.
I'm facing the issues that I can't able to view and small and can't able to read. Okay, so yeah, I think I did answer a little bit that parts as well, that we are shipping a feature next week that's called Open captures image in a lightbox view. It's a really interesting way. Once we ship it, probably you guys will love it for sure. Um, so this will allow you to view the captures images really bigger way. So yeah, these questions were also asked on the Facebook groups as well. So I did answer the same way. So currently it looks a little bit smaller. I do understand that, and we are fixing it within the next couple of days. You can say probably the end of this week.
Yeah, it will allow like not just the editing aspect they're working on, but also like Lighthouse Open, Zoom features, like
Yeah.
actual viewability of each image. I agree. I think that was great feedback that we got, and
Mhm.
we're gonna ship it quickly.
Good. All right, let's see. We'll take one final question and then we wrap it up. Okay. Someone said regretted refunding guide jar. May I know how is it comparable as yours? So yeah, I mean this industry is
Yeah,
very
I'd love to know
demanding.
feedbacks.
I mean, yeah. I'm just looking at.
Yeah, there's a couple of people's on the Facebook
Oh,
also asked the when the export features comes
yeah,
in,
yeah. If you
and
have
we
if you notice any question and you like to answer it here, please feel free. You know.
yeah.
All right. So yeah, I think most of the questions were about comparison. I think that's what
Yeah.
we also anticipated. People already know about this, so they would only
Yeah.
want to know how you're different. So I think I would recommend you this. Um, do summarize your three unique differentiators right now. from all the people out there, all the companies out there, just two, three.
Hmm.
What are those?
Yeah.
Just line by line, just one line, one feature. What is the utility? Second feature, the utility. Third feature, the utility. Then we would be able to like make this viral amongst everywhere, so people know truly what's the unique differentiator.
Yeah, I think Jonathan can answer
Yeah.
that. I believe.
I'll try, because there's actually a lot. I'm like thinking of a lot right now. I don't know what I want to like prioritize first, or I don't know if I'll miss something like I did earlier on the webinar. But basically, I mean, the password protection is a huge one. That's actually a simple one, but and again, I mentioned I'm hammering this point, but I use it all the time. I have requirements with clients to use password protected files and documentation. I hate using Google Drive and for SOPs and a doc and password protecting the doc and sharing that. So, or I mean, user protecting the doc. So that's a huge one that I think we offer. Very affordably, and it works very reliably, and we put a lot of emphasis on that. The next one is the advanced blur system. It's a huge one that we also offer very, very affordably. And Karan, let me know if this is wrong, but I'm mentioning features that exist in other certain other tools, but kind of maybe usually at higher prices or whatever. But advanced blur, we put a lot of thought into this. There's a lot of different dynamic blurs that you can select. There's a custom select blur based on developments throughout the actual page that you're capturing on, and then the custom region select that we're working on will just add to that. This is something that's very important for us. So whatever feedback we get new ideas for more dynamic blurring. We'll apply those and build those out quickly as well. The base system is there, and we can do so fairly quickly. For the third one, I guess like third selling point is
I would say the AI part,
feature.
the things that we like. There's a lot of things we will ship, so we can't say that that's better. We are already better, but I would say apparently it's AI part, the way we used AI. So
Well, I would add it differently. This might not be the best way to say it, but I think our focus on the of specifically really excelling at quick capture creation, for quick sharing, that specific use case for mostly agency owners and operators and team members within agencies that can share captures very quickly and easily between each other, and the different shareability. So sharing regularly, sharing with passive protection, the different embed options, the different export options that we're going to ship very shortly. All these methods it allows the user to very quickly record and then have a ton of flexibility long term to go back and edit the capture, add those steps. Like that was one of a huge feature that I mentioned that's been very helpful. The only reason I didn't say it as a third point is kind of we're waiting to get more feedback on it, to be honest, from users. I don't know how much they're using it yet, but the ability to post capture edits continuously over time and the flexibility of sharing and embedding, etc., in different manners only adds to how well our core product works. So I think we're very focused on adding a lot of flexibility to how users actually share the captures, which only helps.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for this. Okay. So back. Let's see if we had any quick question. Thanks,
by the way,
Joe.
thanks, Joe. Yeah,
Yep. He's amazing. All right. So,
yeah.
folks, thank you so much for your time. John, Nafi had a great time. Thanks for answering all the questions, taking us through your journey from deciding on buying the domain name in a few seconds because you found the .com version to launching the product to making it a unique, giving it a unique perspective and showing us through and talking about the roadmap and the next steps. And so, yeah, thanks so much for your time today. We appreciate it. And this will be now uploaded to YouTube for those who missed. Go ahead and check it out. Get the deal. Don't forget, a lot more things are coming in for step capture in the coming weeks, months. The team is here to stay forever. And because they're running an agency as well. So if you want any services, go ahead. We have
Yeah,
our people here.
yeah.
Good, great Upwork tag team. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, just to add, if anyone have any questions, just leave on the YouTube channels or
Yeah.
if you share on Facebook, just ask over there. I'll be happy to answer them. So yeah, even you
Awesome.
can just email support@stepcapital.com as well. So we'll just love to answer your questions and any feedback if you guys if you use free account or paid account and just have any thoughts, maybe you don't like it, you want some things, just share the feedback because we're new, we want feedback. So that's the most important things to be honest. So just share it. We're very welcoming.
Yep, yep. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, just to Karan, can I just close out, or are we?
No, if you have to say something, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to thank obviously Karan, Rocket Hub, Joe, Messi, and whoever else is gonna watch this or is watching this. So thanks so much. Messi mentioned like we're very open to feedback, not just open, like we're excited, like we're finally getting like a lot of different feedback, and it allows us to like speed up building and fixing and etc. The core tool works great, but honestly, it's awesome to see. It's a first in our case, like to really launch a business like this. So it's really cool to see like all the feedback and comments and stuff coming in and allowing us to benefit from that by improving our tool. So thank you everyone,
Yeah.
and appreciate the time.
Awesome. All right. Amazing. Thanks so much, everyone. Rocketeers. We would see you soon in the next webinar with another great lead partners like Jonathan and Nafi. So thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we
Yeah.
will see you soon. Thanks. Have a great evening, night, morning, wherever you're watching this from. All right. Bye bye.
Uh,
All right. See you. Bye.
sorry.